my dear Sagittarius. Welcome to ProDivinity 1111. Today, by popular demand, I'm picking Sagittarius as my next to do a love compatibility reading. Let's see what we get. This is a 7-card spread that tells you about some overall similarities, differences, your wants, your partner's wants, and you know, some of the compatibility things. So it's not too in-depth, but let's see what comes through. And I'm an intuitive reader, so I channel messages along with looking at the cards. So we're going to do some tarot, a couple oracle cards, and a couple romance angels. Feel free to skip through till I've done the whole spread out, but let's get started. So first card is going to show us your wants in the relationship. It's a Sagittarius. What are your wants in the relationship? Okay, 2 flew out. Okay, I'm gonna take them. I think I have to take them. Let's see, 9 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. Let's put them this way. Okay, the next card out would be their wants in the relationship. Ooh, too soon, too soon. Okay, just do it one more time. This is your partner or someone that you're thinking about. You might be dating, or you know, just may have met them. If you're just curious, this could help. This could also be somebody you've known for a very long time, and you know, it's just good to check in and see how our relationships are doing and how the other person is feeling and what we can do. So let's look at their, okay, this is kind of, looks like this wants to come out. So what's their wants in the relationship? I do not read reversals, so don't be mad, but that's how it works. I still channel the messages, so the reversals don't matter to me. Next two, differences and similarities. So what are your differences between the two of you? What are some of the differences? What are your differences? Let's see. Oh, okay, sorry, can't do that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pull that again. It's way too many. Are we saying there are quite a few differences? No, we're just gonna let one card tell us what the message is. Okay, I think I saw that before. So we have the 9 of Wands. Then let's do a similar way for similarities. 7 of Swords, okay. Now we're going to do emotional, physical, and mental compatibility. So 1 card each. Let's look at emotional compatibility. Emotional compatibility. Let's get one out for physical compatibility. And then let's do mental compatibility. Okay, just gonna check if you're seeing, not able to see them. We got the 10 of Pentacles in the mental, and at the bottom of the deck is the Strength card. It's always beautiful. So let's get, first, I've shuffled them already, but I just like to do a little bit on camera. Let's get a couple oracle angel cards. A couple oracle angel cards for dear Sagittarius. One more time. Again, as I said, feel free, feel free to skip through till I've laid out all the cards. I've got just total 4 more to lay down. Okay. Oh, 3. Should we take 3? Fine, we'll take 3. We got nurture, leadership, and compassion. Let's see where I place him. Okay. And then just two more, I promise. Let me look at these and then we'll get started. Two romance angel cards. Okay, religious factors. Disappear. Beautiful past life relationship. All right, I think we are ready to roll. Let me just look at these cards a little bit. All right, let's get started. So the first one here, and we got 2 in this case, these are your wants in the relationship. So what this kind of tells me, what you're really looking for is a lot of stable foundation. Pentacles or coins are really earthy foundation requirements or suit. So it says you really want to have a very abundant, fulfilling partnership together, and of course money is part of it, but it's really I'm getting more of a foundation, a solid foundation. And with the 7 of Pentacles, this is a working hard card, so you're not afraid to work hard at it, at making this relationship work. So that's a very good energy to have, like, willing to work at it, and then also taking it from a 7 to 9, which is always good. So that kind of shows what your wants are. It's really about feeling secure. This is secure in the relationship. And you got quite a few pentacles here, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a very stable, or it has the makings of a stable relationship. In terms of their wants, they see you, so this is a 3 of Pentacles. It's a creativity card. So look at how the creator right here, bring it closer maybe, creator is looking at the sculpture that they were working on. So it's really about, they really want to work at it with you. They want to create something beautiful with you. So again, your energies are pretty aligned in that matter. I really like this because they're willing to put in the work. You see how their tools are kind of lined up here on their table, and they're admiring the beautiful things that you create together. So definitely very much aligned in your wants in the relationship. In terms of differences, this is the 9 of Wands, and this is a card of like a wounded warrior. So when this appears in the differences category here in the spread, it tells me one of you has probably gone through way more hardships than the other person, and one person right now, and again it can be vice versa, either you or them, feel pretty exhausted, really tired, working hard. I don't think this is work related though. I think generally like life events or past life events for you or for them has kind of exhausted you a little bit or exhausted them. So why we look at the differences is because it tells us how to work through that with our partner, right? So if you know that they are probably the one in this energy, you can use more compassion, be more open, and be more communicative, and let them express themselves more, give them more room to express themselves and be supportive. If this is you, if the wounded warrior kind of represents you, then it's the same way. More self-compassion, but also be open about talking about it with your partner and letting them know how you feel. Like, I think oftentimes what we miss is not sharing how we feel, right? So those are in the differences. So both of you are not in the same, and this is good because both of you don't need to be stressed out. That's a good sign. So one or the other of you can support the other person. In your similarities, don't be like scared by this card. It's a 7 of Swords. Usually it's like, in modern terms, is like, if this is a completely new date or somebody, it's like looking them up on social media, just kind of like stalking, the new age stalking, the social media stalking. But if you are together, what this represents is that, again, willingness to learn. This also means information, gathering information, learning. It's also a learning card. So the 7 looks like you're both willing to learn new things and new ideas and new concepts and progressing the relationship forward. But if it's like a really new person that you're actually not with them, either you're trying to follow them or they're trying to follow you, and just like being sneaky peeky, it's a fun way too. It's not in a bad way, but in a nice, gentle way, trying to get to know about them. What do they like? What do they don't like? So that's kind of cute. This card right here, the middle row, kind of a middle column, tells your compatibility. So this is emotional, physical, mental compatibility. This is a really, really good card to have in emotional compatibility, because the 6 of Pentacles, it's all about balance. So equal give and take. You see the balance here, and this person kind of giving out to the needy. But basically, it's a card of knowing both of you emotionally understand and relate to the value of equal give and take, right? So it's a very balanced state for you both emotionally. So again, hats off. That's a really good card to have in this position. In terms of the physical compatibility, again, this kind of takes me back to here where the differences were, that one of you could be the wounded warrior, and this kind of goes with it. Because I didn't get the work sense. Again, I got a life event sort of sense from this. So when we have the 3 of Swords in the physical compatibility, so this shows me that either you or the other person, whoever has gone through some hardship in life, are not yet ready or have not yet fully healed, right? So give each other some time. The emotional and the mental connections are very strong, and the physical is going to come as soon as the healing is done. So if this relates to you, give yourself time, self-love, self-compassion. Also express yourself that you do appreciate them, but you also need a little bit more time. It's okay. Always communicate right from the beginning, and that's what keeps the relationships really strong. If it is the other person that you're thinking about, then yes, give them the space, be compassionate, lend them be there to support them, and be that ear, be their sounding board, whatever it takes. But give them time before jumping the gun on building a strong, that's the only way you're going to build a strong physical connection with them. So give them some space, or if this is you, claim some space, right? And then the last card here is the mental compatibility. This is beautiful. Like, mentally, you guys are both very intellectual, very much on the same plane, very driven. This is the 10 of Pentacles. It's also a family card. It's about having the most secure foundation. So mentally, you both are strong. You know what you want to get in life. You know what you want to build together. And this kind of does indicate like having, both of you are kind of mentally in the state of believing that a happy family, whatever that means to you, right? It doesn't mean like the white picket fence and 2 kids and 2 dogs, and that's not what it is. But whatever your expectations are about a healthy, stable relationship, it's the same. It's the same for both of you, and it's very stable. It's a 10, so pretty strong here. In terms of the Oracle Angel cards, we got interesting. We have compassion here. So I'm going to talk to this one, leadership, a little later. Let's look at the first one here that says nurture. So Archangel Gabriel, talking about as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. So this goes back a little bit to the wounded warrior, and you know, the heart that needs healing. So self-compassion, so nurture yourself or nurture them, could go vice versa. It's pretty relevant. And the next one again is compassion, and I think I've been using that word all along in this reading. Archangel Zadkiel says, soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So I'm sensing like some of you are, this kind of represents you, but it could also be the other person. So self-compassion along with compassion for others is important. And the third one that came out was leadership. So Archangel Gabriel, it is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So when this is coming up in a you know, a relationship spread, it's really like, you know, take the lead. If this is the other person, take the lead and be there to help them through it. But again, in a very balanced way. We don't want to bang backwards for someone, because that's when things get a little out of balance. Keep it balanced, but be there and support the other person. Nurture yourself, have compassion for yourself and the other person. So that's what the oracle cards say. And let's look at the romance angels. So religious factors, and what this card kind of says, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Now again, don't take religious factors like in the true sense of the definition of the word religious, right? This could be anything spiritual. It could be your family beliefs or what you believe is the right construct for family or relationship. You may have slightly different backgrounds, and that's okay. And I think it's like, you know, it's yin and yang. So that's just knowing that two people with slightly different beliefs could still come together and have really a beautiful relationship. So just have that in mind. And the other one is, this is so nice, past life relationship. You have known each other before. So again, sometimes it could be in the current lifetime. It could have been someone you knew like 10 years ago, and then you drifted apart, and then, you know, all of a sudden the universe aligns and you see them again. But here I'm getting more of a sense of like you were from pretty different walks in life and came together, and the reason for that is that you probably have a past life relationship. So to summarize it all, I think it's a pretty positive read. You guys are very aligned and both want to build a very secure relationship, but there are some things that need healing right now between the two of you, either or. And if this is new and you're both willing to learn or actually keep looking up the other person, it's actually very cute. So I hope this helps. And if you want to get a personal reading, I know this is general, so take what applies and forget the rest. If you want to get a personal reading, get in touch with me at ProDivinity1111@gmail.com. Take care. Thank you. Love and light.